Greetings, everyone. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was trying to stream to Twitch by accident, and when I went to fix it, it showed me I was streaming, but I wasn't really streaming. So, hello, Chew, how are you? Lisa Acker, thank you for joining us today. PJB Stampa, hello, hello. You have mail coming. You've got like 2 envelopes, maybe 3. You might have 3 envelopes, PJB Stamper, on the way. 2 or 3. Anna Moret, hello, hello. Jenna, hello, hello. Okay, but we're here. We're here. Oh. So, last Wednesday, we did scrapbooking. And we made this. We made that. But we need to finish this. Because this is the part that you're going to see, right? It's the handle. It's the pulley pull. We need to make the pulley pull pretty. We got to make it pretty. So, for Pattern Paper Monday, we're going to pattern paper this bad boy right up. The Messy Palette! Hello, hello. So, I pulled out, because this is my wedding photos. August 13th, the hubby and I, back in the day, we got married. But you see that little ribbon right there? That's that. I got so much of this ribbon, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then that ribbon is also on my wedding cake. Yeah, we put real ribbon and real wine glasses on the wedding cake. Although, it was a little lopsided. But it made for pretty pictures. It made... yes. Hold on a sec. We're trying to get people over here. Had to start anew. That's so yelling. Thank you, Anna Moret. She's on it. She sent it. Okay, I'm gonna close that out. We lost Donna. Well, hopefully they find us. Hopefully they find us. But, so for Pattern Paper Monday, I want to do something fun with the pull. We do not have to decorate the back, because the back is going to be stationary on whatever we apply this to. But we do want this. And when it was closed, I put a little pencil line right there. That is where this kind of piece right here is hidden. So we could put like the August 2011 or something there. Got hitched. We could put some sentiment in there above this line, and then we're gonna probably shorten this, but we want to make it look pretty. And I was thinking we could put this, can't go above that because we have this little band right here, right? So whatever we add has to be able to go under and not get hooked up. Hooked up. Jim, hello, hello. Crystal's Creations, walk off. So the ribbon, if we do the ribbon, it'll be below this line. But we need something glorious to go there. And I'm not sure what. So we've got the green bucket. Oh, and I had daisies. I had white roses and white daisies. Real ones. I made my flower bouquet. It was glorious. Although, I tell you a little story about those flowers. I ordered the flowers. I told them when I was coming in to pick up the flowers. And I went to pick up the flowers. And she was like, oh, somebody already picked them up. I'm like, what do you mean somebody already picked them up? I was like, so I'm calling the only like 3 people that would even I would have to like beg them to go get the flowers. Let's be honest. There was like I was like not sending nobody to get my flowers. It was that thing, right? It was me. And I was like, who picked up my flowers? Because I don't have anybody, and I called all of, the family and stuff. I'm like, and they're like, we don't even know where you ordered your flowers at. And I'm like, well, that's what I'm trying to tell this person. But I will say this. She was kind of freaked out, and she's like, seriously? I'm like, seriously? Like, ooh, that's nice. I was like, nobody's coming to get my flowers. Like, where's my flowers? And she's like, well, give me this much time. And I gave her this much time, and she went and hit up every florist she knew in the town. It's not very many, but she hit them all up. And she got me all the flowers. She got me all the flowers that I needed. And I'm like, okay, thanks. But yeah, they accidentally, I'm like, maybe you should check IDs, because nobody should have been picking up my flowers. But yeah, somebody stole flowers. Who steals flowers? I kind of like this. This is like a little bit of wallpaper. And it's just kind of a nice little color, I think. Let's put that back up. But yeah. So we need something to go with it. We might even just do, like, cut that out. Or we might do some fussy cutting. Fussy cutting! Fussy cutting! Fussy cutting on a Monday! Fussy cutting on a Monday! We can do it! It's okay! I need another color. No! Not that color. Sometimes. That's kind of nice. We might use that. Ooh. This is like a mulberry paper, but it's not exactly green. Yeah. It's not green enough. It's not green enough. Ooh, this is shiny. Shiny. I know I don't want to go too thick, and I'm like pulling out a lot of papers, but that's okay. Pattern Paper Monday is all about using the patterns of the papers. And we're probably going to add some of our own pattern behind there, which will be fine. I think we're going to go with these. Not you and not you. I'm really liking this with a little bit of this. Because this is like that paper, just shiny. Adelaide, how are you doing? Aw, they stole all the roses at the Memorial Garden? That's terrible. Like, ugh. Okay. It's kind of just, Who does these things? We're gonna do... You know what? I don't want the shiny one. I want this one. I want it a little bit darker on the inside. So we're going to scooch. We're going to leave a little bit of room, right? Maybe. We're going to leave a little white border, and it may not stay white. We might ink that up, and it'll be fine. We're going to put that there. We'll put that on the inside. We'll do something. I wish this was a little bit bigger. I want this to go all the way down. Technically, that would be. I do. I want a bigger pull. Pull! 4. Let me see if I have a bigger sheet of this. I want this to be like our stationery sheet. I want it the full length of it. Let me see. Ooh, that's nice. That's more of this wallpaper. You guys, wallpaper. Cool breeze of hellos to all the viewers. Yeah, we're going to use this, that, and the other thing. But I need a bigger chunk of that. I need it. So, we're going to see if we can find something similar to that. I don't know if that was a 12 by 12. Because we have all the paper, you guys. I have so much. It's ridiculous. This might be a Pam paper, honestly. I'll need to check my other greens. Is that it? Could that be it? Oh, look it, there it is. I found it! It wasn't a Pam paper, but that's okay. We're gonna put this back. Put it back, put it back. Okay, I should put the other one back while I was over there. Please hold, please hold. We don't need you. Get out of here, lady. Okay, Jenny G, hello, hello. Okay, so we're gonna do this with a little bit of a border. Do we need to measure it? No. Who measures? I'm gonna look at there, and then I'm gonna say I want a line there, and then I'm gonna go a little bit bigger. Because if I'm off, I'm off. It's okay. Because if it's bigger, if it's too big, we can make it smaller. But if it's too small, we can't make it bigger. Don't chop my arm off. Don't chop my arm off. We got the big scary chopper, and it's super scary. The arm always loosens up on this one. It freaks me out. Freak out. Let's put that over there. Then we're going to glue this very well on the inside, especially up here. We want to glue it so good up there. So good. So that when this goes slidey, slidey, it's downy, downy, right? So we're going to get this glued down. And since we want it so well, we're just going to put a piece of tape across the top. Put a piece of tape on it. And then we're going to get the tape on. And then we're going to use our glue. Our Barely Arts glue. Because we love that stuff. Thank you all for saying hello to each other. Much appreciated. Throw that away. Put those away. And glue. I said the glue. So we've got a nice, oh, you know what? Let's not glue that just yet. I don't want this white. Let's ink up our edges. Let's ink up our edges. We should use 4. 4, because that's a nice dark green. We're going to keep it all in the color family. And I don't need to do a ton, right? Because I just need, look, I just need a little bit on all the sides. But I also don't want to ink up my photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this out. La 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 la. See that? I just pushed it right out. So then I can put my photos up there. Speaking of which, let's put the photos up there and put a piece of paper up under there so they don't get in the ink. And then we can ink this without worry. We won't have to worry about our photos. Okay, so we can pull it apart a little bit. We're going to grab some 4. Inky. Now, the new foam pads, well, I'm new to foam pads. I don't know the Catherine Pooler, all the foam pad people, you probably already know this. You just got to be a little bit gentle, right? Because the ink comes off those pads like, I mean, look, that just was so dark. But it's okay. And if you use your glass mat or a non-porous surface like a rubber mat or something, you can use the ink here and shove it back over, right? And we don't have to worry about the backside. I told you that earlier. We don't have to worry about the backside. That part gets glued down. We just want to do... Ooh, look it. Doesn't that look yummy? Don't eat it, though. It may be yummy looking, but don't eat it. We're going to go darker, though. Going dark, going dark. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this 4. It's so, it's so nice. It's so nice. I'm going to turn that over. We're going to get that nice and inky. And the Simon Hurley inks, you can really get them dark. Really get them dark. They layer up so nice. Like that corner right there is just scrumdiddlyumptious. Oh, look at that. Greens and blues get me every time, says Jenny G. It's the greens. It's the greens. A beautiful green all the time. Sign me up. Sign me up for all the greens. The pretty greens. Because you know, there's some ugly greens out there. There are some plain, downright ugly greens out there. We just don't talk about them. We don't talk about the ugly greens. We're here for the pretty greens. Right? I think we all have our favorite color, and then there's just some, and it's like, why are you in this color family? I don't understand. It's like a nice rich deep forest. All those little trees looking, we got some really dark spots, and I'm enjoying that. So we're gonna clean this up. We're gonna find our lid. We're gonna try not to ruin that. Cheryl Jackson, Jean, hello. How are my lovelies doing today? Simon Hurley inks clean with just a water and a rag. Water and a rag. Okay, we're gonna grab our snippy snips for our fussy cutting. And we're gonna fussy cut this one. We're gonna go like, yeah, we're just gonna go for it. If I don't like it, well, we'll do something else. We're gonna follow along these pieces. And then we're also going to, I don't know exactly what we're gonna do. I know I want to use this. You guys, it's, I told you what this was. You guys heard me. I forgot what it's called now. You guys, things are hard. You guys know what it is. Wallpaper. Oh my gosh. Things are hard these days. If you guys want more lives today, Mr. Simon Hurley is going live at 8 o'clock. What is he doing? I don't know. It said card hacks on the thing, so we will automatically jettison right on over after our live. So if you just hang out in the chat, I did do the redirect. almost said Restream. No, that's our streaming platform. So we got redirect set up for Mr. Simon Hurley. We'll go invade his channel later. See what he's up to. Actually, I almost cut through that, but this is actually a really nice piece. If we go through and use it like a frame later for something else, so I'm going to try not to destroy the framey part. And I'll just go back in and edit some of this. Oh, I think, yeah, that's a blub. A blub or a glub or something. And then, you guys, I am going to be live all sorts of times this month, or this week. This week, I go live with Debbie J on Tuesday. We're going to make some Halloween cards. And then Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and that's 5 p.m. on Debbie J's channel. Tuesday at 5 on her channel. And then at 8 p.m. on TikTok. TikTok Tuesday, we will be doing some more scrapbooking. Scrapbooking. And then Wednesday, our watercolor Wednesday. Once a month, we're going to play with some watercolors. We're going to do practice in our practice book. And then we're going to do application on a card. I know. All the things. I'm excited. I'm excited for Watercolor Wednesday. And then next is Thursday, 3 p.m. We're going to do Spellbinders. Stamp and share with the Spellbinders. And what are we using? We're using new Simon Hurley stuff. Because there's so much. And then Friday. We are gonna, I need to go back in on that one and that one, and we're gonna fix those. I need to get a little bit closer, but I don't want to ruin my frame. So Friday, I'll be live twice, because I'm gonna do a bonus live on Friday, so we can really dive deep into the new neon lunar paste. And I'll show you guys, we can use those lunar pastes on other things. We're gonna lunar paste up some stuff. And we're gonna check out the colors and see how they differ from the original neons and everything. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We haven't done a big lunar paste play in a while. I feel like I need to do that like every 6 months. At least once a year, we go and play in all the lunar pastes. I hope that sounds good for you guys. And then we're also going to have Manly Made Minutes. Mr. Sean is going to be a guest on Pattern Paper Monday. Next Monday. So, I'm excited for that. We're going to use Brutus Monroe stuff. Did I want both of these? Did I want this one? I don't know. This is going to go back in the box here. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. Oh, isn't that nice? I'm so glad we cut that. But we're going to put a little bit of shadow around that. So that's going to be great. Yeah, we don't want that. But we want something, we want to add to our pattern. I mean, I like this. I shouldn't have peeled that, but that's okay. I like this, but I feel like we should do some embossing. Oh! Could we do embossing? Okay, so I have this tape. Can we put the backing back on? Let's put the backing back on. I want to, let's see. Can we do this? No, I missed. I missed. Let's try this again. We want to get the tape covered back on. Just take our time. There we go. Look at that. Covered that back up. Let's get an embossing folder. We want a nice big one, which I don't have a ton, but we have that one. We have stripities. We have that one. We have a foliage. That might be pretty. We have a wooden one. Ooh, that might be fun. Ooh, that might be fun. And I have one other one. What are you? I know you're here. Come here. Oh, that one. That one would be fun too. The plaster one. Don't make it too thick. I know. It's just... Ooh, I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be okay. But I think the plaster. Very artsy. And then we could do some ink blending on it. And if it's too thick, we'll do another one. Because I got more paper. I got the papers. And look at the Spellbinders embossing folder. Look at. It's perfect. Do we want to ink it down? I don't know. Jenny G says yes for the plaster. Yes! We need the Cuttlebug though. Cuttlebug. Spray it. Shh. You can spray it. I don't mind. I think if it cracks and stuff, I think it's going to be okay, because what I'm thinking is I'm also going to take a sanding thing and we're going to distress it. So if it cracks, it's just going to add to it. We're going to make it antiquish. I don't even know. Cordelia. Hi. Our sandwich. What sandwich is art thou? Please hold while I look. I can't remember. Spellbinder sandwich. Thin. Spellbinders. C plate. We're going with the base plate. Base plate. Base plate. Not very big. I need the big one. Sorry. Not you today. I need the big one. Which is under here. I gotta dig a little bit for this one, because I don't use it all the time. So we got our A plate. That's B. And there is C. ABC. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Do. There's a little stringy. Plate. Cuttlebug. And yes, I use the Cuttlebug just for my embossing folders, because I'm gonna get, there we go, because Cuttlebug is not as tight as the Spellbinders and stuff, and it doesn't harm my embossing folders. Gemini Jr. eats my embossing folders. It's disgusting. He just gobbles them up. Cordelia says, what will you have blooming in your garden for the fall? To Crystal's Creations Wet Off. And she says, mums and chrysanthemums. Fall mums. I love flowers. Are we ready to see this? Oh, look at that. It could be frosting on a cake. It could be spackle on the wall. It could be an art project. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that glorious? This has a little bit of gold in it, and I think we're going to bring that gold into this. And how do we do that? We've got a couple of ways. We can bring gold in with sprays. Do we spray it or do we lunar paste it? Do we spray or lunar paste? I feel like a nut. Feel like a nut. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. Let me think. 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 This drawer is a little bit hard to get into because I got credola in the way. Credola in the way. Slippery when wet. Or this one. Psych. You know, we don't use psych enough. Let's use psych. We do have China asters. No kale. Well, ornamental kale. I never even knew that was a thing. Ornamental. So we're going to grab out our lunar paste psych, which is a green gold. Can't go wrong with that. And we're going to get our spatula. And we're going to get our little roly-poly brayer. And we're going to brayer over this lightly. Because we don't want a ton of gold. We want it to kind of reflect on this where it's just hit and miss. Like there's just a little bit. So we're going to attempt that. Look at that. It's a little bit thick, and that is because, well, it got to 100 and some degrees up here. It was ridiculous. Do I need that much paste? No. I don't need that much either. But, yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna clean that off. Just like so. And then we're gonna roll. You gotta pick it up and get it roly-poly. And then very gently, we're gonna start off the page and just, oh yeah. Woo hoo 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 hoo. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I love that. Okay, so we did get too much. We didn't mix any colors. So, I'm going to put that little blob back. Just like so. Close that back up. And then we're going to clean this. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh, I love that. So lovely. That won't take very long to dry. We're going to scooch that over. We're going to scooch that over. And then we're going to get a paper towel. Paper towel. Paper towel. Brownie. 1 square of paper towel. I almost grabbed my soda to spray this down. That would have been an accident. Clean our brayer. Does it have to be perfect? Nope. You can take it to your sink and hose it off too. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, just like so. Get that all nice and cleaned up. Clean that. Oops. And then with most of it cleaned, I'm going to hose it down again. This time I'm going to take my rag. We get the majority cleaned up with other paper or a paper towel because the paste will stay in your fabric and kind of make it crusty. Abraham! Yeah, pattern paper Monday. We're using a little bit of pattern paper. We're using a wallpaper. Why is that so hard? It's wallpaper. Wallpaper. We use a little bit of wallpaper, and we're also making some pattern paper with an embossing folder today. We did some embossing, and then we just rolled, psych. We just rolled that over it. It's actually very pretty. Look it. And look, it's already dry. Don't we love that? Oh, so nice. So there's that. That's gonna go on there. Oh, look at that. But again, I do want to put like a little bit of shadow on this because we can't really lift it, but we also need to double check. We need to make sure. So we're gonna feed this back through. We want to make sure it's not too thick before we go any further. We're gonna put that like so. We're gonna stick that up in there like so. That will be like that, and then that we'll have to glue that all down, but I think it'll be just fine. We're gonna need extra glue. Yeah, it'll be fine. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Look at. And then again, we have room. I can put a little sentiment in there or not, because you know me. I don't always do a sentiment. But we're going to glue this down super-de-duper good. That's why I have tape at the top, which got embossed in there. We'll probably put another piece. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Because we just need it to stay way down, right? We need it to stay down. We're just going to add it some more. Okay. I hope everyone is doing fabulous today. We're going to peel that, and we're going to get some glue rolling. This is not how we get glue rolling. Come on. That's really... What is wrong? I need the glue to come out. It is not coming out. It's like, nope, we're not coming out today. See, there's a chunk of something there. That was probably plugging the hole. I should do this more than never. Like, it gets a little chunky up in there, and so you gotta just clean out the chunks. Feed that through to the other side. Okay, let's see if that helps. Jana's been eating her dinner. And I was going to distress the edges, and then I forgot. I was going to distress it. We could still probably distress it. Oops. Okay. So we got that on there. Let's hit it with the distressor because I think it'll just make it more interesting. And if I was a nail file, where would I have gone? In this one. This one. Dollar Tree nail files, you guys. Oh yeah, look at that. That little grungy goodness going on. Take down some of that shine a little bit. Just get in there. If this was a white core paper, it would be more dramatic. But it's still doing its thing. Don't worry. Like right there, that little light where just oops. We scrubbed that edge. I should. That was a weird, I don't know. Oops. Sharpen card base. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to get, oh, that's so nice. We're going to put that right there. And we're going to glue this down really good, and then we'll put the shadow in while it's down. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And again, we want nice and glued, super glued. So we're going to glue stick this down because, like I said, we want it so well glued down. Come here. And we want to make sure that our top is the best glue. We're going to need another one because this one's about out. Yeah. Look, we used every little bit. Yeah, but there was like somebody spoke and it sounded so close. That one's garbage. But yes, the neighbor's dog, because it sounded like a big... Oh, I gotta switch lids. Because this lid says use first. And we threw its body away. Okay, that was nice and sticky. Nice and sticky. And we're gonna just burnish this down. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Because we want it stuck. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that just look lovely? Okay, and then to spruce this up a little bit, we are going to add a shadow. We're going to add a shadow, and we're going to add shadow with brown, not black, with brown. Did you know shadows are not black? Did you? It's whatever color they're on intensified. So we're going to make a brown shadow. But we don't want it super dark. So let's do woof. No. Yes. No. Let's do brown shadow. Woof is a gray shadow. Let's do brown. We got this. We're doing a brown. Lurker! Lurker alert! I appreciate my lurkers. I appreciate my replay crew. You guys are all fabulous. And why is this not going in there now? I think we broke it. There we go. So we're going to get a little bit of grr. And we're not going to shadow like the whole thing. We're going to shadow like some of the things. And this one's an angled brush. We're going to just kind of do it interestingly. I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit of shadow there. And then that should wipe off our paper just like so. Oh yeah. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So we're just going to pick some areas that might get shadowy bits. Because we don't know. I don't know where the light's at. So I'm just kind of like picking areas that are like we would go under. So this is under, but this is over. Under, over. So I'm doing all the under bits. So this is an under bit. That's an over. This is an under. Okay, and then that's an over, but then that's an under right there. And then we're just going to wipe that. Because this is wallpaper, so it's not going to stick. And do you see? We have that little bit there, but not there. And we have that little bit there, but not there. So it adds a little bit to it. You could totally do the whole thing. But it'll just change how it looks. So this looks like, you know, some parts might be up higher than the other parts. Right? I don't know. So like here would be an under bit, and then that's all over. We'll just do it right into this corner and bring that down a little. Now if you, oh, and like right here, this whole section is an under bit, right? Right there. Ah! Sometimes you just got to think about it. And by thinking about it, talk about it. Whether it's to yourself or whatever. And this one would have just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. There we go. So not all the bits get the color. And because this is wallpaper, it just wiped, the ink just wiped right off. If you don't want the ink on top, you would just use a skinnier brush and or maybe use the tip differently and just make sure that you're inking away from the cardstock. But yeah, and I definitely like the brown because it kind of keeps it neutral, right? But definitely try, when you're doing shadows, try to do them not gray and black. Try putting your shadows in just a really, you know, like a grayish green or a grayish blue or brown. Brown shadows are nice. It works. Look it. Ah. I didn't put my ribbon on here though. Do we still want ribbon? Because like I said, this is from the actual wedding. It's kind of a big thing. What if we did... trying to... What if we did, like, like, staple a little chunk, like a little pullsy thingy, like an actual little pulley tab, but then put a bow across that, so then we would also have, like, a bow. Let's try that. Let's see how we feel about that. So, we're gonna... How do I want to do this? I don't even know. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. Okay. And then we're gonna get our mighty tiny little stapler. Our little make it jig is like hanging on there. Are you telling me I ran out of staples? No, there's staples in there. Why aren't we stapling? Staple fingy. Well, now I broke it. No, I didn't. What the heck is going on? It's stuck in there. Did I get it all out? No, I broke my stapler. I barely use this thing. Where do you get the staples? They're the Tim Holtz tiny staplers. Yeah, so I got my staples at Ranger. They're the tiny attacher refills. And I want to say that I got this on clearance. I got it for like $1 at either scrapbook.com or something eons ago. And I just never used it. Why? I don't know. But there's a staple that's out of bounds right there. So I wonder if that's what's mucking up my thing. I'm just going to break it off and throw it away. Because I don't know what's going on. I need this to work. It's my plan. It needs to work. No, it did not. What is going on with this? It's getting stuck in this one corner. Okay, I think we got everybody out. Let's give it one more go here. I don't understand. Did I put him in upside down? Wouldn't that be the thing? It might be an upside down, or it was an upside down. I don't know. You guys, my time is up. because I don't know what's going on here. But, yeah, so I'll figure this out. But I'm going to get that attached. And then, you know what? I don't think it needs a bow. I think that's it. But I'll get my staple gun working. And I'm just going to put one more staple in there. And then that'll be a nice little place to put our finger to give it a pull. And our pattern papers that we made and used today. What do you guys think? Gonna get some embossing folders and roller some paste on them to make some pattern papers. Blossom, that's hilarious. But yeah, so there's that. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We're not going to go with an outro. We're just going to close it down because we're going to get redirected to Mr. Simon Hurley, who's over there doing card tips of some sort. Let's go find out. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day. And, yeah. So if you guys have bits from your wedding, don't forget you can put them in your journals too. Like the ribbon from my wedding, which I have a ton of. I've got another roll too. But anyways, bye my friends. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. Poor Delise.